Hey T, are you ready? Yeah, girl, I'm ready. Let's get to it. Let's go.
Welcome to Reality-Tea in April. This is an opinionated
Hi, you
podcast.
guys.
So that's T, and I'm April,
And
and
she's April.
so we're being fabulous tonight.
We
We're
trying
being we try to be fabulous tonight because this
interview.
episode.
We're new. Three that we've done. So
This
this
is our third
episode,
episode.
yeah. And I need you all to help us out. Hit the subscribe button. I used to hate this when I used to watch other podcasts when they said that, but I understand now how YouTube works. So please, even if you don't look at it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. There will be more content coming for you all. So April, take it away.
So yes, so if you don't know, now you know. We are recapping and reviewing um Love is Blind,
Season
season
9.
9, and this would be episode 7, 8, and 9. So we're gonna start with
And can I say something? Colorado is supposed to have the best water out there, right? The
the best
clean
what?
water out there. And I'm wondering what kind of water is in the system because these people are crazy.
In
I'm just
Denver?
saying.
You mean in
I'm just
Denver?
saying. I answered someone on my timeline on Threads today that she was like, as a Denverer, I want to say that these do not like,
Represent her.
yeah. And I was like, I was wondering because y'all have the cleanest water. So what is in that water? Like,
No, because usually they say something in the water. So is there? Maybe it's too clean.
it's maybe we
It's
need
too
some
clean.
chemicals. All right, keep going.
So okay, so we're
Wasn't
gonna
that
start with
funny?
episode 7, and it's called I don't know what it's called, Cherry. It's just episode 7,
Episode 7.
season 9. It's actually called Unknown Facts. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna first couple we're gonna talk about is Joe and Madison. So Joe and Madison, basically it picks up where they left off last season because Joe pretends like he
Not last
clueless.
season, last night.
I mean, oh, I'm sorry, last night.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe act like he's clueless, but he's not, right? And Madison is, I guess, trying to collect her thoughts, and she goes off into the balcony, and he's like, "What's up? What's wrong with you?"
So I am on Joe's side because, like I said, you're coming out of a stupor. You're not, the faculty there, the brain matter is not there. You are trying to figure out where you are, what space you are in. I have been there before. And she was so like, I have the same clothes on. I had,
She
I'm like,
was,
all she had to do was just take a shower, lay in bed with him, like I told you the last time. That's all.
yeah,
And they would have woke him together in each other's arms and it would have been okay. But
yeah.
she's so insecure that she took that him noticing her when he was in a drunken stupor or whatever else edibles he was on, that he didn't recognize her or the clothes or where they were, that she took it as an insult and she's
She did.
insecure.
She
Yeah,
did. So
she did.
yeah, she's crying on the balcony. He's like, "Why are you crying?" And she's like, "I can't hear you now." He's laying in the bed. He's in laying in the bed, and outside is the balcony. She's crying. He's like, "I can hear you crying. What's going on?" And she said, "I can't hear you. Why don't you come out here and check on me?" He said, "I'm in the bed."
But also,
Why don't you
as a
come in here with
woman,
me?
no, also as a woman, there are times where we have put ourselves in a position where she was close enough to make him hear make him hear
Mm,
her.
mm.
And we have done that before, April. I have
So
done that for.
Yes, because
Where
she
I
wanted
want you to
him.
hear the song I played that mentioned everything you did. Like I used to with Oliver, I used to play songs that described our life and the breakup and everything else loud, just for him to say, okay, what you trying to tell me? She did the same thing with her tears. She was close enough to hear him where she wanted him to get up because she really wanted to cry. She could have left then
I
and
agree.
didn't.
She didn't. Yeah, and for those who don't know, she mentioned Oliver. That's her ex.
25 years and 7 children. Yeah, that's my ex.
That's her
You'll
ex.
learn more of me about we go on.
Right. So eventually she gets up and she goes in the bedroom with him, and then he's like,
He gets up.
he gets up. He said, "Are we going to get something to eat?" And that's why I call him. He like he pretends like he's clueless, but he not. He know
He
what he's
not.
doing. So anyway, she gets mad, and then they actually spend the night separately. So I don't know if he got his own room or they have two rooms, I believe. The
No, they went to separate rooms and
separate rooms.
she made him get out of the room, the bed,
Okay.
the commuter
Yeah.
bed.
So they slept separately, but the next day, the next morning, he came back to her and said, basically try to work things out. And because she said, I still love him, I still want to be with him, and he apologized to her. He told her that he could have done things differently, and they worked it out, and so they're good at this point. So the next couple we're gonna talk about is Allie and Anton. They boring. They have no substance at all she want to do is put makeup on this man and paint his fingernails. That's all you're talking about. Very superficial things. So we can move on. Sparkle Megan and Jordan. She tells him that the pool party was a lot, right? And he said yes, it was a lot because it's hard dealing with Nick. Why don't he like Nick? I don't understand why he don't like Nick.
I know you don't like hints, but no one likes Nick. And you'll
No
feel
one
it.
likes Nick.
No one likes Nick. That's the only part of this whole thing, like looking to the end, that I'm gonna tell you because it's minuscule. No one likes Nick
Hmm.
in the whole cast.
But that gave me indication right there. He was like, because it was hard hanging out with Nick or something like that. But she's like, no, I'm talking about your behavior. Um, because he was kind of like inebriated, hanging out with Joe. But she said, I need you to be here for me. He said, it's cool that you're joking around, being with your friends and everything like that, but I need you to be more intentional about me. And he apologized and he said he'll do that. KB and Eccentric Egg, he apologizes for the night before from him acting out of his behavior when he was like, I'm always a nice guy. I'm always a nice guy. And he just really wanted to be with her. And he didn't want to wait to marriage. I wish he would have just been
No, you
expressive.
said it wrong. The nicer guy, the nicer guy. Nice. He made that one syllable word, and he does this throughout. He is 12 years old. I have felt your feet. I have kissed your feet. I'm the nicer guy. Like one word syllables are made into words, and the only time I've ever seen that was when my children were 12 years old. No joke.
I'm beginning to think maybe he's a little artistic. Um, just by his behavior, he could have some mental. I was thinking more emotional um, issues, but it could be mental as well.
I'm
So
not going to say that, but she is a social worker, which is why they put them together. So
you
maybe
think they
that's
put you think they put them together? They didn't find themselves
okay.
together.
So I don't want to do a T like series, but in my mind, watching Jessie Wu, who has been as well as me going through Love is Blind since day one, um, they are exploiting them.
Hmm.
They know he has an issue and they put him on the platform. So I'm going to say this now to all of our people that listened. The other black women, and there were 3 or 4 of them,
There were.
said that they didn't want to talk to Edmund, but the producers wanted to push them into talking to him because they knew he was weird. And apparently, they asked him to be himself with all the quirkiness and everything else. And they're like, I don't want to meet him. And the only one that said they would was KB. And I don't know if they offered her
Ah.
more money. I
Mm.
don't know. But he's not.
Yeah, yeah. This is not.
Lord forgive me. This doesn't mean crazy. It just means I don't know what is going on with him. He could be perfectly normal. Lord forgive me for saying that. But they have come out on social media saying they pushed us to him
Oh
and
wow.
like I don't want to meet with him anymore. And they like the next day they were in the pod with him and they're like, we do not. And it's not because they don't like him, it's because they knew that he shouldn't be on the show.
So they kind of peeped it and said, I don't want any parts of this.
It's
So
not any parts of it, it's that this person, as a black male, I'm not gonna exploit.
right, they don't want any part of this
Yep.
shenanigans.
Yep.
Right, yeah. So
That
okay. So anyway, Eccentric said that he was being selfish in asking that of her, but he understands why she did what she did. But she
mhm.
forgave him. She not gonna forget, but she did forgive him where enough where they can move on. So
And it's a blessing that that she is a social worker.
yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
she's dealing with this and she's heard this before,
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. And I think she's the type of person, KB is the type of person that wants to heal everyone in the world. She's
Mm.
such a pleasant soul. And she didn't see him as we all saw him vulnerable because she sees us every day.
Yeah.
Normal to her. So
Mm-hmm.
what she saw and what we saw were different things.
Yeah, and that's how I
Completely
looked
different
at
things.
her. I felt that she saw beyond the
Yep,
obvious, right? She
she
saw
did.
and she saw it, and that's what I do like about her, that she did give him a chance, whether it's producer induced or not, you know. Um, so that's cool. So
I also
Annie,
think she has a feeling for him. Like low key,
hmm
I think that because she's built her life around her work, I think that she thinks this is great for me. I can help someone become my partner in a purest form.
yeah, well, I agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause she's a beautiful person. I
she
believe in
is.
inside and out, as far as we know.
Yeah.
So the next couple we could talk about is Annie and Nick. And Annie and Nick are having a little, um, time together, just talking, and they're both saying that both of their parents will love their partners that they pick. And Annie says that I told my father I was coming, and the only thing that he asked is that
Are you a
make
man?
sure that the man that pick is manly enough for her. And Nick is not that.
So let me say this to you.
Nick is not that.
Let me ask you how many times that Netflix, who is messy, talks about manly, shows that you haven't seen this yet, but there's going to be a moment where he's a size queen, when he talks about everything that is on the other side of the spectrum of LBTQ. I'm like, why are y'all making this like so noticeable? Like you didn't have to like give all those hints. Just let him be, let her be, and that's it. But April, when I tell
I'm
you,
not convinced. I'm not convinced, and I know what you're talking about. I am not. I just think he just have an odd sense of
oh, you,
humor. I
mm,
am not. I am
mm-mm.
not there. But yes, it like you mentioned, he did say after she said, make sure that you have someone manly enough for her. He did say, well, my parents will love you. They are. They would just be excited that I have a girlfriend. So he did say that.
Did I have a girlfriend? Hint number
But
one.
that see, I took that as he's picky.
Mm-mm.
I wish my son have a girlfriend. Don't you wish your son had a girlfriend? Absolutely.
But you never
Especially
say
when
that out loud. You just assume if it was true. No one
I,
has never in
I
my
will leave
life.
that
My
alone.
two sons are like, I'm so happy he has a girlfriend. Only because I thought he might not have a girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't have a girlfriend for a long time, so I'm
No,
excited he has a girlfriend.
I'm talking about gender. I'm talking about gender. Because when that part would happen, I would say, I'm so glad he has someone he loves. I'm so happy he has, a partner. It's not. They
I'm
were
not
very
convinced.
specific,
I'm,
but
I'm not.
we're gonna go.
I'm
We
not convinced.
disagree. We disagree. We're good.
All I said, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I'm not
Okay,
convinced.
keep
All right.
going.
So all of the couples at the resort meet up. So they have another mixer, but this time it's a nighttime beach time thing. And so they're vibing, they're having a good time. And you see Nick and Annie, they all close up and kissing and stuff like
Why
that.
are
So
they kissing so much? Who
they
are they
kiss a
trying to
lot.
prove something to?
You think they're trying to convince you? There you go again. There you go again. So the men and the women, they split up so they can
Yes,
talk about what's going on in their relationships. So Madison tells them about the squabble about her and Jordan.
Jordan.
Jordan. But they worked it out and then Madison and Joe. She said that we also had a tiff. And she also said that he apologized. And she said that I apologize. Well, she didn't really apologize. She just said that I did not recognize what he needed in that moment. And that goes back to what you said about all she needed to do is just make sure that he was comfortable, drink some water, and sleep it off.
Hmm.
And she could have just did that. And she didn't do that. So she realized that she wasn't there for him in that moment where in a way that he needed her, and he apologized to her for not being there for her when she was crying and
But
being
do you notice how much that Madison presents their relationship in front of other women as like it's perfect?
yes,
It's
yes,
like we have an issue for 5.2 minutes
yes,
and we get it together, we make love, it's the best love I've ever made, and we're good.
yes, 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 absolutely. You hit the nail on the head right there. She does that. She kind of downplays all of the issues that they're having, and she plays up. She has blinders on.
Yes, she
She has
does.
blinders on. Um, KB talks about the argument between her and Sister Egg, and she says that he's not the alpha male that she used to,
And never
but
and never will be.
and it scares her. So she did admit that. She did admit
And
that.
never will be. And never will be. From the moment he cried in the pods, never will be. And although we had, preconceived conceptions because he eats his boogers and everything else, we never gave him a chance. But I was wanting this
And
man to, you did, but I didn't. I wanted him to show up as something different than I ate my boogers, right? And then when he started crying in the pods, and then when he like made love to the floor, and it wasn't just a kiss. I watched so many men talk about him on the floor, kissing the floor, they said, I'm going to give you everything. If he would have turned over, there would have been a boner. If I told you how many men said that, starting from Brendan, who was like there, and it started
Brandon
from
was like, "What the
him,
hell are you doing, dude?"
and from there it started onto his whole train. Um,
Well,
I'm just gonna stop there.
she's a little scared that he's not the man as
He's not the alpha
Annie's
male that she
father would
wants.
put it, not manly enough for her. But she
No,
also said that in a way that because she can be a little aggressive, assertive
aggressive.
herself, she needs a
Yeah,
man
she has
to
issues too.
yeah. So she would need someone to help her with those challenges as well. The
She has
last person
issues.
is Annie. Annie is living in a rose-colored glasses, saying that she would get married to Nick tomorrow. So they got no problems. So we're going to talk about the
Yeah,
guys, what they're saying about what's going on in their relationship.
the
So we'll
guys are
be
on a totally different spectrum.
the
The
guys are
men
really
and
feeling the
women.
pressure. The guys are but Anti said that he and Allie gets along well, right? So he's excited for the future. So at this point, he's not having any issues or
She's very,
problems. Very close, Mark. He keeps things close to his chest. He really does.
and
Um,
her too. If you noticed, on the girl's side, she's like, I wanted to hold out, but I didn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She wasn't going to say anything until the rest of the girls said that they did something.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. So Edmund, he told them about the argument that he and KB had, but they worked it out. So they actually said that they were yin and yang. So it is possible because we thought that he was lying when he said that guys told him that they were the best couple. It's possible they could have said that. Okay, yeah, because Jordan was like, he felt a little gut punched because Megan said that she annoyed him, and that really frustrated him. He couldn't get over that. He could not
He
get over
could
that.
not. He thought that was harsh. But I like the way he handled it that night. He listened to her. He didn't start an argument. He's like, what can I do better? I am a fan of Jordan. I really am. He
Yeah.
always comes in
Hmm.
soft and strong, where I'm going to ask you the question I want the answer to, but I'm not going to do it in a way where I accuse you of doing something wrong. I just want to know the
Hmm.
answer. I have
Hmm.
not met many men that lead with that. I'm a big fan of Jordan.
Yeah, he cool. He cool people. So all of the men are feeling the pressure
He
of
cool people.
what's to come, and the girls they on some other stuff. But after that little mixer
The
there,
girls are crazy. The
there's
girls
a
are crazier than the men.
oh my
Like this
god.
season, everything is flipped. Usually it's the men that's like, yeah, I'm good, I'm good. And the women are like, I don't want to do this, I want to do that. This year it's like the women's like, oh, the sex is so good and I love him and now yet. And the men are like, I'm cautious. This is the first year it's flipped.
That's
It's crazy to
crazy.
me.
It's funny that you mentioned that because right after that mixer, because this is their last night there, Annie and Nick, and I don't know if Annie took some edibles or something, but she started like, "You don't understand how much I love you. You just don't get it."
April, I started to count how many times she said, I love you. I got to 27. I said, forget this. She said, I loved you so many freaking times that I went back, reviewed it as like putting like the hash marks and you cross out the five. I was like, how many times? She's like, but I love you. But I love you. I want you to love me too. But I love you. You don't know how much I love you. I'm like, Girl, go sleep.
That's what he said. He said, let's go to
Just
bed,
go
sleep it off.
sleep.
And she kept piping up, you don't understand much. I love you the more than you love me, and you don't love me. And he was like, what do you say? I never said that. She kept saying that he didn't love
And he's like,
her.
I'm here with you. Like, I'm here right with you. What do you mean I don't love you?
That was crazy.
I knew after that moment it was over. I knew it was over. That
That
was
was
his
it.
excuse to get out and
That was.
explore.
She
I
showed
pray
you
to
a
God
glimpse.
that he finds his I pray to God he finds his true self. Like
He
and
found
live his
himself.
out loud feeling.
Well, Annie crashed out. They
She
crashed
cried
out.
out.
And so that's pretty much the end of that episode because then they was flying back home after that. So
Mm.
episode 8 is called Stripping the Veil. And this episode, all the couples moved into the apartment in the sky. They moving on up, moving on up.
That's when that's actually when Annie and Joe had their first conversation that we just talked about. They were
Yes.
already in Denver.
Yes. So yes. So all of the couples they're moved in. They're trying to get their life and their situation acclimated. And we do see
What's the first
Annie,
thing Edmund does?
huh?
What's the
Edmund.
first thing Edmund does?
Oh, so we
What's
talk
the
about Edmund
first
first. Okay,
thing
so
Edmund
let's
does?
talk about Edmund first. Let's talk about Edmund first. So Edmund is making breakfast. He's making
No,
breakfast.
that's not what he did first when he walked into the apartment. April, what did he do
Oh,
first?
wait. I did not write that down, but I know you're talking about. He goes into the closet, the kitchen cabinet. I I was gonna skip that part.
I'm
I was trying.
like, how old are
Edmund,
you?
I tried to save you, boo. She brought it up. I tried to save you, boo.
What's funny is when me and my ex bought our first house, my kids did that. They were 5. They hid themselves. We had a hide and seek thing, and one of my kids went to a cabinet and we found them. This man is 27, 28. He's a real estate
Girl,
and he's a
he
real
got his
estate person.
he got his
So he's
master's
seen
degree.
houses
Wait,
and
he has his
he's
master's
like, the
degree.
first thing I'm gonna do, April, I can't. I can't. I can't. The first thing he's gonna do is get into a cabinet. He's seen houses. I would never book him as my real estate agent. I couldn't. There's no
Oh,
way.
I
He
know
just
you.
ruined his career.
Did he just
You
start
know, I
as
was
an
an
agent?
escrow assistant. I was an escrow assistant. I would never, ever, ever book him as a real estate agent.
Yeah, I was going to skip that part, but I tried to save you, Edmund, but she called you out on that. She called you out on that. But so yeah, let's talk
Equal
about
opportunity. Love is blind, people.
so let's start with them. So KB and Edmund, eccentric Ed, as I call
Okay.
them, they are, they get along well. So he's making breakfast because his mother, Miss Carrie, is coming through. And I actually thought he was going to brought up the fact that he was mixing the pancake mix in the pan that you cook in
No.
and not having a separate
Nope.
mixing bowl. And KB said, "You
Nope.
just gonna mix the pancakes in the pan like that?" But she lets
Yes.
him do it. She lets him do it, and I'm like, why don't you just show him the correct way of making pancakes? And
Because she's tired of being a mother in this relationship.
I agree with that.
Like, when does he have to show up? April, really? She's been a mother the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of mother, his mama, Miss Carrie, came in, and now we understand why
Bye.
he is the way he is.
Don't say no more. You ain't gotta say no more. We understand why.
Yep.
Cause she ain't got it all either.
They both criers, Chad. They both criers. But let me say that she does love Calabria. She does love her, and she has accepted
She
her much.
what?
She loves Calabria. She likes her.
She don't know her.
But what she said
Because
was,
remember when she saw the pictures,
I was about to
when she
say
saw
that.
the pictures, she was like, no. And have you seen Calabria's Instagram?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
I need you to
I'm not.
right now.
Nope.
I
No.
need you to look up Calabria's
I know she's a
Instagram.
baddie. I know she's a bad. I can tell.
No, it's not a baddie. I'm gonna say this. It looks like Magic City, Atlanta, and that's where she's from.
Oh, she look. Oh,
Like very, very, very. The pictures are
seductive,
very out there,
provocative. Like,
and I love that for you if that's your life. But she came to Love Is Blind being very demure. That
yes.
ain't that girl. I'm telling you, pink hair, green hair, yellow hair, bras, thongs, booty out. Like you have to see her Instagram to
Oh, well,
understand
no.
why.
Okay. So Allie and Anton both work nights. She's a traveling nurse, and he is a logistic trucking trainer or something like that.
He teaches people how to drive trucks.
Okay. Okay. That's what I thought. So they both work nights, and they get off at the same time. And I, to me, that's a boring couple. They're beautiful, but they're boring until they were making breakfast and drinking mimosas. I'm like, okay, they back on with me because I love
But
mimosas.
I don't think they're boring. I think that they are a regular couple that found each other and are meshing their lives together.
Hmm.
Um, but there are concerns.
They're
When she
boring,
said
Chad.
that every time he gets off, he drinks 2 beers. And I remember when I first moved to Cincinnati, I had a shift from 12 at night to 7 in the morning. And when I got home, I drank a beer. So I think that she just doesn't understand that the times are flipped. Like so many people online, April made a big deal of this. And it's just a beer. It has what 4% alcohol, whatever the percentage is. It's not
Hmm.
like wine, it's not like liquor. And it's just something he did, but because she's a nurse and all about health, it's something big to her. But I don't think they're boring.
I think they're
I think they're
boring.
just living a good life of a couple that's good together. So boring as far as a TV show, but not boring as far as life.
They boring. They
As far
make
as
they
life, that's what you want.
Yeah, but they boring. That's all I
They
can say.
boring for a TV
But
show, yes.
I want to add to what you just said. Now, when I first moved to Ohio, right? So we're from Virginia. Right now, she
Mm-hmm.
lives in Texas, and I'm still in Virginia, but I live in Ohio. We both lived in Ohio, for a long period of time. When I first moved there, the culture there, and especially it's a middle class, working class culture, right? And especially when you work nights, a lot of the people right after work, they go to the bar because that's happy
They
hour for
do.
them. And you got to think about, because the times are flipped, that's 4, 5 o'clock in the
Mm-hmm.
afternoon for them. So the fact that they was keying on that this is the
Mm-hmm.
morning time, they just got out work. How many times you got off your work,
They
your
just
nine to
got off
five,
work.
and you go to the bar, and you have a good time. Da, da, da. It's the same thing. So I think she was
It's the
being
same thing.
unrealistic on that. But um, I call her now anti Anton because she's anti Alec because everything that she nitpicks on him. Everything that he does, she has some snarky, condescending remark about it. He shouldn't be
It
drinking
does.
in the morning. And especially when it goes back to the vacation. Oh, this ring is only 5K. It should be 10. She did not say, "Oh, thank you, it's
It should
beautiful. I
be 10.
appreciate the the thought of the ring or any of that." And then when she goes on about him needs to be these things, these upper echelon, I need to have this type of house or this type of thing, and you need to do this for me, and I am not cleaning because I'm gonna be in school full time. I mean, it's her demands are just like unfair and unrealistic sometimes. So I got my eye on Allie. I really do.
Allie knows that she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, but
Allie
he ain't that
knows
guy.
she is a beautiful woman.
But he is not the guy. She go ahead and marry your basketball player or your CEO of a company. That's the lifestyle she
Mm-hmm.
wants. She wants actually she
That's
wants
what she wants.
that's what she wants. If she could marry Sparkle Megan, she would because Sparkle Megan be able to provide the lifestyle that she wants.
But I do think there's a part of her that after she saw Anton, because I do think he's a handsome guy.
He is very
I
handsome.
think she was like, "Oh, I didn't expect to like bag someone that looks like him. So let me try to make it work." But I think she went there with the impression of I want to live this. I want to go get my master's. I want them to take care of me, and this
Yeah,
is the life I want. But I
yeah.
think when she saw him, I think it was very genuine. She did think he's attractive. I think she does think he's attractive. But he now has to step up to the boat where, can I get my Botox? And what do you think about the bank situation? I thought
Um,
she was on point. Like we can have a joint and two separate ones.
each couple each their own because I do premarital counseling, and so it all depends on the couple. Personally, I agree with her because you have your main account where all the bills, expenses, and the
Mm-hmm.
income goes into, and then you have your separate bills where you don't have to always check in and say, "Hey, I need $500 to buy a
Right.
purse," or "You need $1,000 to buy whatever
And I
gaming
wish I
system."
knew this when I was married.
Yeah,
I wish I
and
knew
then
this when I was married. So what you do is say, out of my check, this much is 80% is going to our joint account, 20% is going to mine, and whatever I do with my 20% is none of your business.
correct. I agree with that. I absolutely agree. And then when the money won't get
I love
mixed
that.
up either. So I do
Mm-hmm.
encourage my couples to do that, but a lot of them they're like, "No, we got one account. I trust you. Just do whatever." So you have those who's like that. So that's cool. The next couple we could talk about is Megan and Jordan. And Megan, um, oh, Jordan meets Megan's mom and sister. They love Jordan. They absolutely love Jordan.
I
Mom,
I love Jordan, but she can't take him to Lake Como. She cannot take Jordan to Lake Como. He will not know what to do around all these bougie people. And she talked about that to every single person in the pods. My friend has a wedding in Lake Como, and the venue was $400,000.
yeah,
Jordan, you cannot take that. He would be like,
yeah,
"You go by yourself.
yeah,
Go with your best male friend. I'm good
yeah.
here with Luca." He
He will say,
wouldn't
take,
go. I honestly believe he wouldn't go. As much as he loves her, he's not about that life. And I love that about Jordan.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
most men would want to latch on. He's like, this is the life I lead. I have a son. I work a hard job. I work 10 hours a day, not 8, but 10 hours a day. When I come home, I want to just release. I don't want to talk about what I did for that day. Like, he's giving her all the true answers, and Megan is trying to get there with him, and it's beautiful, but I think she's leaning too much on her father having diabetes and his son having diabetes.
I think so too. I wrote down, so every time that these two people meet about something or another, the conversation is always about the dad, the son, and the vasectomy. I don't care what's happening. Those things just pop up. And it also came about when they was talking, when he was meeting with her parents.
Yeah.
And I'm like, again, and I totally understand why, but come on.
I really do think that they generally love each other. I really do think that love does not conquer all. I don't. There are
Oh,
so
absolutely
many,
not. Absolutely not.
there's so
Absolutely not.
many, yeah, there's so many things on it. I do think they love each other. I do think they admire each other.
Okay, so Nick and Annie,
Is this
of
when
course,
she
she talking
goes to his
about
house?
excuse me, I'm a little
Is this
parched.
when
Hold
she
on.
goes to his home?
Before that, just before that, this is when they're in an apartment, and she says, I know I'm crazy. I know I'm very passionate. I'm passionate about everything. I'm passionate about you." And he said, "I thank you. I appreciate that, but I didn't appreciate. I didn't appreciate. I didn't appreciate you telling me something that I didn't do." Right? He said, "I was put off by you," and I was like, "Okay, Nick, put the big jaws on." I was put off by you telling me that I said something I didn't want to do. And she apologized. She said that she was sorry and it'll never happen again. He said, "You're right. It's never going to happen again." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I was proud of him.
I want you to say something. I
Huh.
want you to remember that one statement. You
What,
haven't
you would
seen
never,
anything else. Remember that one statement.
that'll never happen again?
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, Nick takes Annie to his home in the mountains. And he has a beautiful home in the
He has a
mountains.
beautiful home.
He really does. It's kind of like
That
that
home is gorgeous.
log cabin, but modern
I would have
aesthetic.
moved in there in 2.5 seconds. I would have been like, I'm in. I don't care about the hair salons. Can I just live up here under the fire, like fireplace, and
Beautiful.
just ski all day and go to ski?
Yeah. Yeah.
That
That's
boy surprised me with that place.
he did. He really did. And he's definitely a outdoor sportsman because when they were in a garage, he had a 65 red classic vehicle. He had a motorbike. He had hockey skis. He had all
He's
kinds of
he had an
regular
ice
skis.
like boat,
He had a boat, a
but he called
sailboat.
himself a size queen. He
So
called himself a
what
size
she is
queen.
referring to is he says, "Here's my boat, and here's the sail," right? And we all know the sails on a sailboat is huge. And he said, "Yeah, I'm a size queen," right?
Which is a gay term.
So I looked it up. The definition is when a man or woman who prefers a small their partner to have a large eggplant. If you know what I mean.
It's so I watch a lot of podcasts, and I watched one from I forgot his name. He's like normal Caucasian men do not know what a size queen is unless they're in the industry. And we've always been saying this about him.
No,
He
you.
comes, well, I have.
They
He
put
comes
me
from a
in it.
very he comes from a very conservative family.
Yes.
Right. I'm not gonna say a Trumpster. I don't know how they voted, but very conservative. And he's mentioned that before.
Yeah, he just
And
said that.
I think that he is not living his best life. He is not being who Nick is 100%. And I think if he did, he would be absolutely happy in his life.
My argument is, I think that's just his humor. And I think that is how he and his group of friends joke around. His sailing group of friends joke around as far as the size is concerned. Oh, I'm a size queen. So I think that's just, he just carried that over into the conversation because, that's how they joke around. And they all joke around with these sexual innuendos, and we've seen that with Joe and Jordan, how they interacted at the pool party on vacation. So I'm just thinking that just his humor, because when he said that, he said, I love like big things or something like that, and Annie said, so do I. So I think it's just his humor, because you also, when they got into his car, he said, this is my babe, right? This is my babe right here. And he said, oh, no, 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 you're my babe, this is my side chick. So I just think it's just his humor. I'm not convinced. I'm just not convinced. He got his own virgin corner in his this gaming system that he built. He has his little virgin corner that he called. I just think he just have an odd sense of humor. That's my argument. Okay, moving on. We're gonna end on this episode about Allie and Anti Allie. So Anti introduces Allie to his best friend Joseph and Melissa, and
Girl.
they get along very, very well, right? The girls get along and everything. So they excuse themselves and they go to the powder room, and the guys sit at the table. And his best friend actually told him, he said, hey, I thought you was gonna be back here after 2 weeks. I didn't think that you were gonna last this long, but I'm very proud of you, and I'm glad that you found someone. So he's really excited. Meanwhile, in the bathroom,
Girl, have you ever had this happen to you? Where like you want a double date and the girlfriend or the boyfriend gives you information? I have.
no.
I have.
So
About
before you tell me that story, let me tell them.
I'm not gonna tell the story. I'm
Oh,
never
well,
gonna.
I wanted to hear that. How about y'all? I
We'll
want to
tell
hear
it
that story.
offline, but
I want to hear that
I'm
story.
not
Okay,
telling that story.
she gonna have to tell me that story because I want to know.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with officers on a trip, on a ship.
Ooh,
That's why I could never say it before.
ooh,
Because
okay.
officers should never date midshipmen. Yeah, we'll talk later. Keep going.
Do tell. So I call her Messy Melissa. Messy Melissa
Yes.
tells Allie, I have a question. Do you think that they're going to go to the strip club for the bachelor party? Because I don't like that. Allie was like, I don't know anything
What?
about that. What are you talking about? And she said, well, they used to go to the strip club all the time. I was like,
Girl, she laid it all out there.
yes. And Allie was like, well, he did tell me that, but he just made it seem as though it was just his
Joy
boy
going.
and he
Yeah.
just following along. But she said, no, girl, it was both of them. And since And then Allie would say, well,
He was
this is not
messy.
going to work for me because he's in a relationship. And then she tried to flip and say, they haven't been doing this since we've been together. That's when they were single.
4 months.
They've been together 4 months, right? And then why the hell you bringing up? If they haven't been to the strip club since you guys
Why
been
are you bringing
together,
it up? You being messy.
being messy. So that's already feeding in Allie's mind because she's already like, was he not really serious about this when he did the show?
Yep.
So now she's questioning it, but she
Because
was
they've been on
messy.
the show for damn near a month, right? So that's 3 months before that. He's at the strip club. And let me ask you this: would that bother you? Because it wouldn't bother me if he
No,
was single and at a strip club.
he's
Okay,
single. Yeah,
yeah. So I don't think when Allie was so upset by that, I was like, "Why are you upset?"
he was single.
Like he's single. You can get your own sexy time and be a strip club in your own bedroom. Like that's how I would think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But she was like, "That's a problem.
She went to the table and she was like,
You in trouble."
Lucy, you got some explaining to do. She was Ricky
Why
Ricardo, child.
he didn't know of her. He never breathed her name. Like, why are you upset about that?
Yeah,
And why
yeah.
would you want him to say, well, one of the things I do is go to the strip club. He's not gonna give that to you when he's trying to find a wife.
And
After
then
y'all after y'all got off the pods and we're in the pre-honeymoon thing vacation, then you talk about it when you're like, sleeping at night and just like, so what did you like to do before you were engaged? What did you like to do? What are your hobbies? I used to, I'm gonna be honest with you, I used to go to strip clubs. Like that's when you talk about it. But if she
he
didn't ask
did.
questions,
They did. I mean, she alluded to that because she didn't act surprised that he went. She act surprised that he told her that it happened like a year. He hasn't been like a year ago, but it really
mm,
could have been 4 months.
well,
What's
I
the
missed that.
difference?
What's the
What's the difference?
difference?
Because he wasn't in a relationship. Because, and I think you kind of said to me once before that he was single. Once you make up your mind about being in a serious relationship, you change your behavior.
And he told his best friend who used to party with, I'm serious about this. And he said, I only thought you would last 2 weeks. He's like, no, I can marry her.
Yeah, he said,
Like
I
he was
love her.
serious about that.
He's serious. And
Yep. So
yeah, that whole mood change. She's like, I'm gonna talk about to you. Like, I hate when people do that. Don't do that.
don't
Don't
bring it up until we get home then. Don't
exactly.
ruin the rest of my freaking hour with you saying I'm mad at you until we get home. Can we
Right.
I pay for this food? Can we chill out? Can I have a drink?
Oh, child. So yeah, so
That's it, man.
that was it. That was it.